having any further queries, so please let me know. Okay, fine. Okay, to continue with the last session. So today we are going to start with the basic configuration. So there are two types. I mean, two types of configuration will be there. One is the baseline configuration. Another one is a full configuration. Before going to start the configuration, we need to understand the few things. So in SAP, we have different types of projects. Okay, so some people you might have heard, I am working in the implementation project. I am working in the support project, and also at the same time I am working in migration project. Where you are. Okay, so now we are going to start the configuration. So what kind of project will be there? Okay, what will be your role? Okay, so first let us understand the types of projects and where you are there, so that it will be easy for you to understand what exactly you are doing in this system. Now, types of projects. One is a implementation project, support project, migration project, then rollout project, then enhancement project. Now you people are what in which project? Now you are there in this project. Now you are going to do the implementation for a client. Okay, remember, we will talk later about the support project and migration and additional project and the rest project we will talk. So you just keep in mind, now you are there in the implementation project. Okay, then, and also I am going to cover during the project sessions, I am going to cover in detail what will be your role. At this moment, if I explain all those things, definitely you will get confused. So that is the reason. Now you are there into now you are there into the implementation project. What will be your role? Let us see. You feel that you are going to you are going to start a new implementation for a client, and at the same time how the environment will be looks like. Okay, then let us see. Now before going to start implementation, we need to understand what is what is the SAP landscape. Okay, we have already discussed in the demo session, but we have not yet discussed the fully about the landscape or server architecture of SAP. Okay, in general, in SAP, we have three types of servers, or I would say three servers of clients, three types of clients or servers will be there. You need to understand these are all the basic things. Without knowing all these things directly, okay, if you know directly, if you jump into the subject, okay, it will not fruitful for you people. So that is the reason we are going step by step. So in general, for every client, they will have the one is a development client, or they would say development server. Okay, Then let us assume development, they will have a 100. Two is a quality server, quality server or quality client or QA system. Let us assume 200. Three is a production system. Production system, they have a 300 client. Okay, so I'll mention here is a, this is the client. In 100 server, they have a client 100. Okay, the client, about client I have already shown you, but once again I will show you. $300. Okay, so now there might be a few other clients will be there. It's depends on the client to client. The clients will be, I mean, the clients will be vary. But now for every client, these three, I mean, client in the sense for every business organization, these three clients are mandatory: development server, quality server, production server. Apart from this, what additional servers they will have, we will discuss during the project sessions. Okay, they might have the sandbox and they might have the pre-production. Okay, about this, okay, we will discuss later. Now you just imagine, now you are there in the implementation project. Now the client, I mean the business organization have the these three clients. One is a development server, quality server, production server. Okay, I would say it's instead of this one, server, production system. Okay, production system or production server, whatever it may be. Okay, quality system, quality system, development system. Now, now let us discuss a brief about one by one. So what is meant by the development client? First we'll discuss about, understand these are all the basic things. So in the development server, some people would say this one is a golden client. Golden client. Why the peoples are going to say about this as a golden client? Okay, now, so the functionality of the development server, the purpose of development system is to be used only for configuration configuration or customization, okay, or for some development. We'll discuss about, okay, the configuration and about the development. Okay, now I have some business requirement. I would like to do the configuration or customization in the in the system. Okay, what is meant by the configuration or customization? Okay, so the configuration in the sense, now let us think about the scenario. Now I have the Apple is my business organization. Apple is a business organization. Okay, so now they would like to feed all their business day-to-day business transactions into the system. Okay, in such situation, so now if, so what they have decided that, okay, they want to do the, I mean, before going to record the business transactions, before going to feed the business transactions into the system, there are some basic configuration is to be required. What is the baseline configuration? Okay, now if I want to record some business transaction, to record or to post or feed business transactions. We will discuss about what are the business transactions. Inter-system, we required basic things. So what are the basic things you will required? You will required is a definitely is a legal company code. Company code is nothing but a legal entity. Your legal entity. Your legal entity. Let us assume your company, your legal entity is a which you have created is a. Let us assume this is your legal entity. Now, posting period. So what is the posting period? So in which period you are there? Okay, now we are there in the now May month. Okay, May month, if it is a calendar year, that will be, I mean, we will discuss later. As per Indian financial year, okay, this will be the period 2. Period. Now, okay, so now what is the, in which currency you are posting? In which currency you are posting the document? So these are the minimum things are to be required to post a business to feed a my business transaction. Okay, there will be a many things to be required, but just to understand the concept, I have given only the few examples here. Okay, now what we are doing here is that, okay, now in order to do the configuration as a being as a consultant, we have to do the company code, posting period, currency. We have to set up those things in the system. Then all these things we are going to do the configuration in the development server. Remember, then I mentioned here the purpose of the development system is to be used only for configuration. Then now once the configuration will be done in this client, then we must have to perform testing whether all these things are working fine or not. Okay, if we would like to perform testing, what we need to do from development system, remember, okay, once the configuration will be done, okay, then to perform testing, we need to move, or we need to bring changes into QA system. So what we are trying to do here is okay, once the development will be done, we will move changes from development to quality server. Okay, what we have done here, the changes we are bringing from development to quality system. Maybe you may ask the question, why we need to bring the changes from development to quality? There itself we can perform the testing. Yes. But the thing is that in development server, as I mentioned here, it is the only the golden client. You will not have sufficient master data. So that is the reason we must bring the changes from development to quality system in order to perform a testing. Okay, so to perform testing, we need to bring changes into QA system. Okay, then put it here is the functionality of the quality system. Understand this. Let me put here the purpose of QA system. The purpose of QA system is to perform testing. So now I have done some changes. Okay, whether those changes are working as expected or not, definitely we would like to know. Okay, so even business will perform the testing here in QA system. Let us assume once the testing will be passed. Okay, now the things are working as expected. Then the changes will be moved from quality to production system. Okay, then I'll put it here. Production system. Once the test results are passed are okay in the QA system, then business will provide the UAT sign off. UAT stands for user acceptance test. We will discuss more about going forward. Okay, UAT sign off. UAT sign off. Then we need to move changes into production system. So now once the test results are okay, we need to bring the changes fine. No, I mean changes into the production system. But now what I'll do, I'll put this point as a below, because first we need to understand the purpose of the production system. This is the live system. Live system, and it will be connected to various real-time interface systems. And only business users will have access post the to post and change or reverse the business transactions. I will explain you business transactions in this system. Then okay, now the changes are working as expected in QA system. Then once the business will provide the sign off, then we will move changes from QA system to production system. Then what we will do here, understand here, once the changes will be moved to production system, as a consultant, remember this is important for you. You can do any changes in the development server. Then you can move changes from development to quality system. Then you can also post some business transactions and do the reversal, do some changes in QA system and the development system. But remember, the production system will have access only for the, I mean, access in the sense, okay, we will also, as a consultant, we will also have the access. But now, remember the point what I mentioned here, only the business users, only the business users will have access to post the business transactions. Okay, will have access. Only business users will do the postings and reversals, some changes in the production system, but consultants will not have any access to do the changes in the production system, because we are not the authorized persons, okay, to do some changes in the production system. Going forward, if if there will be any business requirement, some users they may contact you, we would require some changes in the production system. Then don't encourage such things. Okay, you will address them. Okay, but during the, I mean, you can take a control his login ID itself, his or her user ID, then you can do changes. Okay, then you can address them, but do not do any changes from your user ID. Okay, that we will discuss more about. Now we just discussed about the server environments. Okay, so now this is the golden client. Golden client is only for the configuration purpose, and it's not for the testing purpose. Okay, so only we will have access. And also remember, this client will have only consultants will have a authorization. Okay, I mean business people does not have access for development server. Okay, I mean, because they don't know what needs to be done. Okay, so that is the reason only the so that is the reason. Okay, sorry. Okay, so that is the reason only the consultants will have the development access. Now, let us assume now we are in, remember, now we are and we are doing configuration in development client. From here onwards, we are going to start our configuration. Remember, this point is important for you. Okay, now, this is where you are means now you are there in this phase. Okay, so before going to start the configuration, so now before going to start the configuration, there are two types of configurations are there. Okay, um, types of configuration. Types of configurations. One is a baseline configuration. Then the second one is a final configuration. Okay, first let us discuss about what is a baseline configuration. Okay, suppose you are the consultant, you are the FI consultant or CO consultant, or let us assume you are the FI CO consultant. Okay, for example, suppose if we are doing configuration for FI, let us assume FI, the other consultants. Okay, I will put it here instead of we, you. Okay, suppose if you are doing configuration for FI, other consultants, okay, other modules, I'll put it here as other modules like MM we have, SD we have, PP we have, okay. So other modules consultants are doing as per the doing configuration as per their requirement, as per their respective as per their requirements. Okay, remember. So this I would say is a baseline configuration. Okay, so now we will be, let us assume we are the FICO consultants. Now we would like to do the configuration only for which will be relevant for finance and as well as controlling. I do not want to do configuration for other things like it's a material management related, production planning related, or sales and distribution related. I don't know, and also at the same time I do not do the configuration. Okay, my job is that I would like to do only the configuration for finance and or controlling. This I would say is a baseline configuration. Okay, then baseline con. Okay, so this one I would say is a baseline configuration. Then second one is the final configuration. Final configuration. So what is mean by the final configuration? Okay, once, let us assume once all the team members, once all the all the consultants, once all the consultants has done the configuration, has done the, or it's a configured, has done the configuration, their respective modules. Okay, okay, their respective modules, their respective modules. This is their respective modules. Some, okay, apart from this, now let us assume I am the FI consultant. I have done my configuration. Somebody is there, consultant, they have done their requirements. Then somebody is from sales and distribution, they have done their configuration. Apart from this, okay, some cross functional module settings are there. Okay, apart from this, apart from this, some cross functions, okay, some cross modules, some cross modules settings are there, okay, which are independent. Okay, remember, okay, so which are independent. And okay, so now let us assume final configuration, in the sense, okay, all modules required configuration has been done. FICO and as well as and SD has been done the configuration. Now some cross modules are there. Okay, some, even though some cross modules, in the sense there will be a dependency. Now if I want to upload some my, if I want to, let us assume, if I want to upload my vendor master data. Okay, so the vendor master data, it is a dependency in FI. Okay, so now what information is to be required from finance perspective? There will be some reconciliation account is to be required, and also payment methods is to be required. And at the same time, from side, okay, so material management side, what will be the quantity for that particular vendor is available, open stock is available. So this is the concept for the cross modules. Means there is a dependency is there each and every module. Okay, once the master data, so once the all the things will be uploaded into the system, we will discuss, okay, how to upload and what to upload. Then once that will be done, then the final then I would say the final configuration will be over. Okay, so the cross mod, all team members will be performed the configuration. Then all the master data need to bring into the production, need to bring into the system. Then the final configuration will be done. Okay, now what we are doing now, remember, we are doing now the baseline configuration only. Okay, because we are the part of FICO. I mean, we will be the part of FICO team. Then we are doing baseline configuration at this moment. We are not doing the final configuration. Okay, when we will be there into the final configuration, this we will discuss in later stages. Okay, remember. Now, okay, so now we have discussed about the servers, I mean clients, okay, development, quality and production. Then what configuration we are going to do? Remember, we will be doing the baseline configuration. We are not doing the final configuration. Now let us start the configuration into the system. Okay, how we can do the configuration? Okay, remember, we are doing configuration in development, serve in development system. Remember, understand. just imagine you are doing configuration in development server. Okay. Let's start the system. Fine. So now I'm talking about a client. Okay, this is the client what I just mentioned here. Let us assume the development client will have a 100. The development client will have a 100. But now here, for our practice purpose in the system, we are having 800. Remember, okay. So the same example what I'm taking here, 800. We have that we have a client for development. For quality, let us assume 200. 200 here. For production, we have a 300. Let us assume. Okay. Now I'm logging into the 800 client. Okay. Now configuration. Okay. Now you remember already. Okay. SPRO reference IMG. This is the consulting. This is the IMG screen where we are going to perform configurations. Now the baseline configuration, if I want to do the baseline configuration for finance, okay, remember, then we are doing the configuration in the development system. Remember, first initially, okay, in the initial, we need to start the configuration for the finance. Okay, remember, finance is the backbone for every business organization. Without doing the configuration of finance, okay, or without finance consultant, okay, I mean no organization will start their will run their business operations. Okay, because the reason being that if I want to feed some business transactions into the system, FI consultant is to be the company code, posting period, currency. Okay, those are the minimum things to be required. Okay, so to in order to do the configuration, all these things, who will do? The finance consultant will do the configuration in the system. So that is the reason the finance person or finance consultant will play the key role in every business organization. Okay. Remember, some business organizations, they may not go for the sales and distribution. They may not go for the material management, but they must have to go by the with finance. Okay. Without finance, they will not run their business operations. Remember, then the purpose of the finance is to draw the financial reports for external, okay, for financial report for external sources or for external reporting purpose. For external purpose. Okay, now what is meant by external purpose? Okay, now every business transactions, when we are going to feed into the system, that with help of that business transaction, we are going to draw the reports. Okay, for what purpose? The financial reports we need to prepare. Okay, for to prepare to understand the how the business organization performance. Okay, because the shareholders are the real investors. Okay, in order to understand the our performance of the organization, we must have to prepare the external reports. I mean, what are the external reports? So like it's a trial balance sheet, and as well as the okay, yeah, P&L account we must have to present to the government as well as shareholders as well as some tax authorities. Okay, so for that purpose, the finance module we must have to, okay, I mean, we are going to use the finance module. Then what is the baseline configuration which we are going to do? Baseline configuration, baseline configuration for finance. Okay, what we are going to do, remember, then define company, then define or create company code. Okay, we will discuss one by one. Then posting period, variant, then define open and closed, variant, then assign company, assign company to company code, assign company code to company. Then the next one is that define chart of accounts. This one later stage. The sixth one is a define field status group. Then assign company code to field status group. Then the next one is that define chart of accounts. Assign company code to chart of accounts. Then the next one is the tolerance groups for employee. Then tolerance groups for GL accounts. Then okay, so these are the minimum things to be required, okay, in order to post or in order to feed the FI business transactions. Okay, now then let's see that one. Okay, first we will discuss about, so before going to do the configuration, you need to, I mean, I have already explained the difference between master data and transactional data. Okay, so the master data, when you are going to post or feed, the system will not generate any transport request. Okay, for master data, I mean, by using master data, we need to post the transactional data into the system. Then okay, so you remember that one. Now let us start the company. Okay, what is meant by the company and for what purpose this is to be required? The company is a business organizational unit, then which we can use for the consolidation purpose. Remember, the company is an organizational unit, and we can use it for consolidation consolidation purpose. Let us think about, now I have a, as we discussed, now we have a Apple business organization. Okay, now Let us think the scenario. Now this is my business organization. Now, under this business organization, I have a different business units. Let us assume I have a mobile, then I have a laptop. Okay, laptops are there. At the same time, let us assume I have a TVs. So, and each and every business which I have treated, which I have divided as a legal entity. Okay, for mobile business, I have a separate legal entity. Okay, or company code. Remember, company code or legal entity or legal entity. Let us assume. Now my legal entity. This is the legal entity one. Let us assume legal entity one. Let us assume legal entity 01 what I am having. The same time, now this is the okay. Now this is the legal entity. Is it two? Let us assume. Now this is the legal entity 3. Let us assume. Now, as I have explained in the above, the purpose of the finance is to draw the financial report. So for each legal entity wise, we must have to draw the report, financial reports. Then we need to submit those reports to the government as well as external shareholders. Okay, to understand the business organization performance. Now, I do not want now legal entity wise. Definitely, we would require to draw the reports. But now I want to know the entire business organization performance. Okay, I do not want to see the, I mean, only particular business unit wise. I would like to see the whole business entity level, the performance of entity level. In such situation, which we need to do, we need to draw the report, which we can use the company to company for the consolidation report purpose. Remember, then let me do this one. Then this is the company. Now I do not want to see the mobile business level or laptop or TV business level. I would like to see the report at total business organization level. This is what I mentioned here. The company is an organizational unit and we can use it for consolidation reporting purpose. So now I am going to consolidate report of all business units. Now at this level, which I will perform the consolidation. Okay. But now remember, okay, so this is the purpose of the company. Now company code. What is the use of the company code? Remember, this is the legal entity. Company code. This is the legal entity. Legal entity, and we must have to draw the draw the financial reports for external reporting purpose. Then, okay, this is also this organizational unit. Company code is a organizational unit. Okay, company code is a organizational unit. Which we can use for external reporting purpose. External reporting purpose. This one. Okay. Now you can see company, define the company code. Company code is an organizational unit, and I'll put it here as it is a legal entity. Okay. Now somebody will say that, okay, organizational unit or legal entity. So this is the legal entity level where we need to draw the financial reports for for legal requirements purpose, some tax authority purpose, and as well as some local business local government purpose. Okay, so now for in order to submit your organization performance. Okay, so now this is the purpose of the company and company code. Now let us define the company. How we need to define financial accounting. Okay, first you need to go to the enterprise structure, define financial accounting, define a company, then click on this one. Company which I am going to define is a 77 or else AP, Apple. Okay, Apple Group. It like this. Then city. I'll put it is a Hyderabad, country is a India. Language is a English. Currency Indian rupees. Let me save this one. Now I want to create new transport request. Apple Group. It is a FI configuration. Then save it. Now I have created a separate transport request here. Now remember what we have done. I have created a company. Okay, so now, so once I create the company in, then the data, this is somewhere it is storing. Okay, once as soon as I create some information, or if I do some customization, or if I do some postings, or if I feed some data in SAP system, the data is going to store into the some tables. Okay, remember, now this company related data, it is storing into the which table, and how we can view the table information. Okay, because sometime I have, because if I want to see some how many company codes are exist in this system, we may not have access. Okay, or else if one by one, let us go back and see one by one. If you want to do the count, then that will be, it's impossible. So now where this information is getting stored in which table? Okay, table is like in your, one book. One book you have a multiple pages. Understand? Okay, the table is a book. Under one table, it will have multiple fields. Let us assume how I can able to find the table, in which table the data has been stored. Okay, keep the cursor here. Then click on F1 in your, remember, click on F1 in your uh, keypad. Then come here. Then click on this one, okay, technical information. Then now you can see this is the table, okay, V underscore T80. Okay, I mean either you can directly go to here V underscore T80, I mean T880, or else the T880 is the table. Okay, there also you can go and you can view the table. Okay, how to view the table? I will show you. Create the session. We go to first, let me put it here. How to view the table information. Now the number one is either you can go to SE16 or SE16N or else SE11. Okay, these are the three transaction codes are there which you want to view the table. Okay, let us see the difference between, what is the difference between these three. Now we know the table name. Remember, we know the table name T0880. But for what purpose the SAP has been created this table? I would like to know. If you wanted to know the table name information, go to the transaction code SE11. Just put it the table name here. Okay, database table. Then display. Click on display. See, global company code data. This is the table name which will give the information SE11. Okay, from here itself also we can directly go. I mean, go and see the data inside of the data. Okay, what we have created. But now either you can go from here, or you can come back, then go to transaction code SE16. Okay, here the system will not give any table information. Okay, then give the table name, enter. Then the system will open. Okay, what you have created, execute here, whether it is available or not. You can see here. This is the company code what we have created. Okay, now you can see 800 client company, Apple. We have created Apple group. In which country we have created? What is the language which we have created? Okay, so now you can see here the information which we can able to see here. Now for each and every data, okay, when we are going to do the customization in the system, each and everything will be stored in the table, particular table. But remember, no need to remember the table information, just for your information only. But only thing is that how to identify the table. Okay, that you need to know. Going forward, we will see that one. Okay, remember one more thing. No need to remember the tables information. Okay, only the few tables information you may need to remember. But what are those tables? Then I will let you know. Okay, at this moment, this does not require. Okay, then coming back to the SE16N. Okay, this we have, this is the SE16 where we have seen. Come to the SE16N. Okay, better instead of using SE16, use SE16N. Okay, because what will happen? It will have all the fields combinations. Okay, the difference between SE16 and SE16N, let me show you /n SE16. You can see here there are only the fields, a few fields are available. But now here inside of this one, whatever the fields are having, okay, then all those fields has been appeared here. Okay, now here let us assume field selection. Okay, all the fields are selected, but here, but the only limitation 40 fields which you can able to select here. Okay, let me show you that one just for your understanding only. Let me take this one. This table, how many fields it have? You can see here only the limited fields has been selected here. Now let us think about, if I select all the fields, what system would say? This is only limitation to the 40 fields only. Okay, please do not select more than that. The system is giving the error message. That is the reason I would suggest you, Okay, go to, let us think about. Now you can see how many fields the SAP has given. All those fields will be appeared in SE16N. This is the one of the best feature in SE16N. Okay, give the company code and see the data. But here only you can able to view limited fields here in SE16. Okay, that is the difference between SE16 and SE16N. Now we have seen the table data and we have created the transport request. Okay, tomorrow we will discuss about the transport request. Okay, how to release the transport request and how many types of transport requests are there. Transport types are there. We will discuss and we will continue session tomorrow.